It's alright.
Oh my god!
Yo guys, what is up? Max here on Borderlands 3 video, and today we have one of the most busted flak interactions. This is extremely strong and abuses the new terror anoints. We have a lot to talk about today, so we're going to get right into it. Before we do, if you guys do enjoy the video and the builds and want more Borderlands content, hit that subscribe button. More than 50% of my viewers are not subscribed. I really do appreciate that. And guys, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so showing on the screen right now is the skill tree for Flak the Ripper. Now, this skill tree may look a little weird. We didn't spec Megavore. There's some crazy things going on with this build, and I will explain all you guys need to know. But first, we need to go for the overview of this build. Now, this build, unlike some of my other builds, doesn't use... You can use this weapon, this weapon, this weapon. This build is mainly and only using the Lucky 7. Now, if you want to use something else with this build, you totally can, but today we're just going to be talking about the Lucky 7 and its synergy with everything that we're doing here. Now, if you guys did not know, the Lucky 7 is a Jacob's pistol found in DLC 1 that when you get one and you reload it, you have a chance to roll random perks on it. We'll call them perks. There's 5 different slots on the right of the weapon that give the weapon random perks when you reload it. Now, for example, there we got elemental damage and splash damage. For this build, you're going to be wanting to roll, ideally, everything except for the fire rate, which is in the second slot of this weapon. Now, one of the biggest synergies that this weapon has is its first slot, first one on the left, which we just rolled, which will make all of your shots look amped, is guaranteed critical hits. Every single pellet out of this gun, regardless of where you hit an enemy, will crit. This synergy is absolutely crazy. It is why we do not need Megavore, because all of our shots are going to be critting anyways, and it allows us to use the Stackbot class mod. Now, whenever Flak scores a critical hit, they gain increased weapon damage until they do not score a critical hit. This effect stacks. Now, this synergy is insane because the Lucky 7, when rolled with the crit perk, always crits on every single shot, and you can give it splash damage, elemental damage, and give it a ton of extra projectiles, allowing you to use the Stackbot at max stacks at all times. This is stupid damage and synergizes so well. Now, I'm definitely not the first person to do this. I believe there were builds last Halloween with this same setup. I believe Daquan was the first one to do this, so shout out to him. But we can do this at level 65, and it's even crazier. Now, the biggest downside to the Lucky 7, since its recent changes, is that when you reload it, you lose your rolls. So you do not want to reload this once you get your good rolls. You want to roll the weapon until you get the rolls that you want, and you can roll very quickly by switching weapons, by reloading and switching weapons. You can reload and roll your things way faster than you could just by reloading it normally, like this. But when you do get your rolls on it, you're going to want to go ahead and start playing. Now, the anoint that we're using so that you never have to actually reload this thing is while terrified gain ammo regeneration. The more terror you have, the higher the bonus. This terror ammo regen is legit. It is amazing ammo regen, and we're also going to be using the anoint on action skill and apply terror to yourself every 5 seconds for the next 18 seconds. This combo allows us to, when we, it's going to start when we go into fadeaway and exit fadeaway, is going to give us crazy ammo regen. Now, when we roll our crit anoint on this, or crit perk, like we did right there, now, as you can see, our ammo regen is awesome. Every time I shoot, we're going to be getting a ton of ammo back. The other amazing thing, and another reason why this works so well, is because we're using Leave No Trace. When Flak scores a critical hit, there is a chance for 1 ammo to be added to their magazine. Now, when we're shooting 6-7 projectiles out of this thing with every shot, and everything is a guaranteed critical hit, and we have Leave No Trace, and we have ammo regen, this allows us to never reload ever, which is absolutely insane. We can keep our Stackbot stacks up all times, and we never have to lose our perks. Now, the Lucky 7 used to be a pain in the butt to use, honestly, because if you went into fight for your life, you lost your rolls. If you fast traveled, you lost your rolls. If you died, you lost your rolls. That is no longer the case. This weapon was changed when Anarchy stacks were changed, and now when you jump off the end edge, for example, as you can see, I have the crit modifier there, or the crit perk. Now, when I come back, even though I died, I get to keep everything. If I fast travel, I keep everything, and that is why this build is actually so nice to use, and pretty easy. Once you get your roll on your Lucky 7, you can do whatever you want, go anywhere, and never actually lose your rolls. The only way to lose it is saving, quitting, or actually reloading this weapon. Now, in terms of anoints on this weapon and gear, it's pretty flexible. I have a consecutive hits anoint. All of the clips in this video were using a while terrified gain ammo regen. The more terror you have, the higher the bonus. This is one I got from farming scrap traps, and I didn't realize originally that you could get ammo regen on your shields, but you can, which is amazing. That means you can use a damage anoint on your weapons, but you can also use ammo regen on your Lucky 7 and use a ASE 50 damage on your shield or grenade, which is really, really nice. Kind of up to you guys, or whatever you stumble upon first. Now, we're also pairing that with the Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge. Consecutive hits grant increased damage. Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge is crazy damage, and we're going to be stacking it up very, very quickly. Now, to get into the skill tree here, it's just a ton of damage. Because we're going to be killing things so quickly, we don't need a lot of things, and because we're always going to be critting, we don't need things like Megavore. Because we're never reloading, we don't need things like Second Intention. That allows us to focus on having the highest damage skill tree we could possibly get with Flak, getting Leave No Trace, getting Head Count. Head Count is amazing because when we score a critical hit, there's a chance our action skill cooldown is reduced. We're scoring critical hits on every single shot, so we're going to be able to cycle Fade Away very, very quickly. We're using Hunter's Eye, more critical to hit damage, armor damage, damage reduction. Interplanetary Stalker, more damage. Big Game, more damage for all of our damage skills. Most Dangerous Game, more damage, more critical hit damage, more handling. Galactic Shadow, more critical hit damage. If you don't get where this build is going, it's just silly. Self-repairing system, health regen, furious attack, more damage. All my BFFs, nice little healing for the pets. Lick the wounds. You never die, and if you go and fight for your life, your pet gets you back up. Turd Tail and Run, more damage. Hidden Machine, V2, more damage, is going to work really well with Not My Circus, and because we're cycling Fade Away, we're going to get a ton of extra damage from a Hidden Machine, which is super, super nice. Our Stackbot is spec'd into Fast and the Furious, which is going to give us plus 42% gun damage, pet damage, and movement speed when we're above half our health, which is going to be always because we're using Rage and Recover. After killing an enemy, Flak and Flak's pet regenerate health for a few seconds. This health regen is crazy, and we're going to be one-shotting most enemies, one or two-shotting most enemies, and cycling in and out of Fade Away, which gives this build actually a lot of survivability. Because we're always going to be at full health, we can get power inside, doubling our damage up to, we're going to get plus 50% damage on the power inside, which is freaking crazy. And then in the blue tree, we get Persistent Hunter for more damage, and then we're grabbing Heat Bites for damage reflect, which is going to allow us to stack up Frenzy, which is even more V1 damage. Lastly, our Stackbot is also spec'd into Pack Tactics for pet and more damage. General theme of this build, a lot of damage.
No, that's a lot of damage.
It's so crazy to use. You can just blow through pretty much all content with this, and it's just awesome to be able to use the Lucky 7 so well and never have to reload it. Now for modifiers for this build, I use Speed Demon, Healy Avenger, Laser Fair, and Holy Crit. Critical hit damage is increased by 25%. Guess what? We're critting on every single shot. That is just going to give us even more damage on top of everything else. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will have some reference videos if you guys want a little bit more information on how Terror works or the Lucky 7, because I have made build videos on this before, and I've gone in a little bit more into depth on some other old videos. But the general consensus is get the Lucky 7, get ammo regeneration anoint, get a Stackbot, and you're going to be good to go. This combo is busted. And if you guys learned anything new, I do appreciate the like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. And I have a ton of other interactions on the way. There's some really stupid things that you could do with Amara and Moze, and oh, this event is just amazing. I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.